just a little video to help out a fellow like a YouTuber and a guy that runs a forum. So Ant, a few little tips and tricks for you. Obviously your track rod end, this sort of Movan's obviously different, but these are sided depending on which way the bends go. So obviously make sure you get the right, you change the right side and they give you the right side. This is your steering arm. This bit here is what screws into the end of the steering rack. This arm here normally, and the ball joint itself is normally covered or hidden with a steering boot. That will only undo, this end will only undo off the rack if you turn this bit. The actual arm itself will twist, but there's a ball joint there, which means it will spin around. Some arms have an actual place to stick a spanner. If you haven't got that, or that, you know, the nut end section on the steering arm is rounded off, so to speak, you can use mole grips or Stilson grips. Same principle as most nuts and bolts, righty tighty, lefty loosey. On your track rod end, you'll probably have a bolt in here which you do up and it clamps this tight onto that. Mine's just got a lock nut on it. So undo that bolt, and then you have to obviously undo this, so either way, to get this threaded bit out of here. Now it might be tight, the steering arm may be tight in the track rod end, so penetrating fluid. You may even have to use a blowtorch to try and heat it up a bit if it's completely seized in there. This end, obviously, you either go downwards through the hub or go up through the hub. Get the nut off. If it's a nylock nut like this one is, and you struggle to get it off, again, you can heat this up, because your new one should come with a new one. Heat it up and melt that nylock away, and that will come off easier. Some have Allen keys in the end, some have Torx in the end, so when you're undoing the nut, this doesn't spin, because what happens is you try to undo it and the whole lot will spin. If it's going upwards, a way to stop it from spinning is get a jack underneath the ball joint, when it's on the vehicle still, obviously. Jack it up, it pushes the taper down, which then stops it from spinning around. And again, when you do it up, just make sure you've done it up tight enough. And again, same principle, stick the jack underneath it, jack it up into the hub, so that don't spin up when this bit doesn't spin when you're doing up the nut. Obviously try and get tracking done as soon as you've done the track rod ends. It may be worth just trying to, you know, take sort of like a measurement, or you know, just maybe put some tape around this side up flush, so that you know roughly where the track rod end's got to go back to, so you're tracking it miles off and don't feel like you're steering a boat when you're trying to get to the alignment center. Mentioning that when you put this back on there, just put some copper slip or something on the threads that go inside the track rod end, just so they don't seize in the future. Worth mentioning that whichever way this goes through the hub, so you've got your wheel and the back bit, you'll have a bar, sort of a moulding bit coming around, which will loop through that. Don't be tempted to hit this, especially on the top, because what can happen is you can mushroom that metal. It's quite soft, you can mushroom it out, so it won't actually fit through the hole. Hit what it goes through, hit what this bit here goes through. So on the hub itself, you want to be hitting, if it's hard to show, but if my fingers are the hub, hit my thumb basically, hit that bit with a big enough hammer, and that will come out. It's only tapered, so it's only it runs up at an angle, so it will free off and come down, or go up. Again, if you're hitting it with a hammer and it ain't working, use a bigger hammer. Very rarely are they not persuaded to come out with a big whack, so to speak. So yes, a few tips and tricks there. Hopefully get it sorted, mate. I'll put a link in, put a picture of the forum in now. So anyone watching this who ain't part of the forum, get on over there and join it. For anyone that's watching that wants to replace their steering arms with track rod ends, just remember that most systems on a vehicle are safety critical. Ensure that every nut and bolt that you touch or you undo is done back up tight. If at any point during the rectification work you're not 100% sure or 100% confident, just stop and seek advice from someone that knows.